Hey everyone, Trail Ducker here, or Tyson is my real name. I am going to be doing some playthroughs of the Design League 4.1 courses. I'm going to go through alphabetically and just want to give some feedback to everybody that entered so they have a little something to build on their next courses. And starting with Design League 4.1 B Dog. Dog with a W. In the forums, he goes by Brandon04, and you see his gamer tag on console, anonymous, and some random numbers. So for these playthroughs, I'm going to go pin 3. Seems like a nice kind of random pin to check conformance. I'm going to make sure I'm on the back tee, but there's only one. And I don't want to deal with any crazy winds, so I'm just going to go low. And before I start, I got a little gaming lo-fi playlist that I'll start. Alright. So let's zoom out. So went with the river. Shocker, all 6 of the entries went river. Nobody wanted to try the mountain or the ravine. So it's got a river going through, got a little town that actually looks kind of set up well. Could use a little more stuff sprinkled around, some fencing and cars and some shrubs, different things to make it look more lived in and realistic. And yeah, you can see it's kind of got a Muni feel to it. Not sure if that's what he was going for or not, but that's the look of it. So, first hole, I already can tell this is going to be a little bit flat of a course, which is fine, but you got to have some strategy elements in it that make it not kind of be too boring. So 11 down. Let me make it actually have some difficulty. I was playtesting my course, so I turned off swing timing. But I'm not very good. So, and went too fast. That's my normal from when I played Stadia last year. It's just go fast, and it's like my habit that I'm trying to break. So the river comes into play on the second shot, and it's kind of either go for the layup here. There's no real reason I feel to go for this, especially since I'm in the rough. So I'm gonna try to go this and not fast it. There we go. Oh, and right in the fucking sand. Alright. It's still that kind of flatness I was saying. It's not totally flat. You know, you see you've got a hill there, but it just could have a little more undulation, a little more randomness to it. You can really kind of see the brush you used to raise this. This could be smoothed out a little bit more. The bunkering, I mean, it could all use a little more sculpting to have more of a low side and a high side and kind of make it crown a little more. The style of it, I don't mind the style of it in itself, but it doesn't, to me, it doesn't quite fit here. Alright, I'm a little worried I'm gonna not make it over this. Oh, fuck, that was pitch? Well, alright. See if I can up and down. See, God. This is... Don't really play while discussing and on a video right now, so like not really paying attention and fasting it into water and shit. So nice triple bogey to start out. Alright. Really, I just need to focus when I get to pitches, because I fuck those up even when I'm not on a video. So this center line bunker, it's a good thought. It's a little, could be done a little cleaner, and I'm not really sure why you ever would go up here. I guess if there's a, no, there's, yeah, I'm not really sure. I guess if you're scared of the water, if you have like heavy wind, but I feel like this should be wider so that it's more of the actual safe zone, because you don't have a good shot from it. So you should kind of have the, let me switch the driver, you should have the fairway kind of more go out here, so that this is more of an actual bill out zone, and then it's more of a risk to go along this side. And right in the water. Actually, I didn't look. Wait. Is this part of this hole? That doesn't really make sense to me. I don't think this... If this is part of this hole, and it looks like it is, this whole fairway doesn't need to exist. I mean, it's helping me right now as a drop zone, and drop zones are fine, but this whole fairway shouldn't be as big as it is. If you want to make a drop zone, you can, although those kind of are ugly, even though they have a purpose, especially in this game with how it does drops. But yeah, and the whole extra fairway isn't really needed. The water does work nicely on this hole though, because it creates the risk reward of trying to go for the green or get as close to the green as possible. The greens themselves might want the general slope to be a little more gradual or a little less. I mean, I struggle with this too. I'm known for having bad greens. Or not bad greens. I'm known for having tough greens. A lot of it's my color blindness and can't really see. But yeah, like this slope is over here is a bit too much. I think this part could be lowered, or maybe this part raised a bit, or this could be pushed more this way so that you have a little more space if you want a slope this much, because this is a really tight window now. Now you can try to hit here and roll down, but then if you get stuck on here, it's going to be really hard not to end right here. The other thing is, like over here, you have the fairway wrapping around, and this kind of creates a cool effect around this green. I feel like you could have used that on here, because it needs a little more, just something around it, and some fairway to roll it away from the green. Maybe make the green a little smaller and just add fairway. I think would have made it a little more, have a little more interest from the tee. And I stuck it. It is a small hole, so I guess I get the tight window of it, but it could have been a little, I think, smoother, not as punitive, especially because I have low wind. If I had high wind going towards the water, that would have been horrible. to try to do. Yeah, here's another split fairway. I don't really get why. I mean, I get what you're thinking. Like, you have a better shot here, but you still have a good, decent approach at the green from this side, so I just don't really see a need. I don't see why you would really try to risk it. I guess big bombers would risk it, but nothing. This whole part of the fairway is like, just I don't see it ever really used. And it kind of, it's like you're having dual strategies. You should kind of pick your main strategy you're going for and stick with it. Yeah, see, this is a bit harsh. This is a bit harsh because I get what you're doing. I just feel like this could be raised a good 6 inches to a foot. What is it? Yeah, I mean, this could be at least 6 inches, if not a foot higher, and it still would work and do what you're doing. It's just, this is a bit punitive. And a little not realistic how it would be because of how... Oh, and I'm just going right into it. Because of how it, the game kind of makes that type of transition so stark that it just wouldn't look like that. I like this. I think so far this is your most successful hole because the strategy is very clear. Hug this side to get the best approach, where this side the bunker starts coming into play. The one thing I would say is the green, I think the green could have been a little bit more straighter from this angle. Right now, I mean, it's a benefit to be close to here, but it's a marginal benefit because the green is still slanted in a way that it's still a very narrow target. So if you made that green more in line with where my pointer is, and then really have that bunker, really have this bunker kind of cut into the fairway in front of it to create that spot, or that kind of blockade, that would work a little bit better. I'll talk about when I get to the green, but I'm seeing a bit of that drastic and I'm in the rough, so this is going to be fun. This is a bit of far, like this green would have worked if the hole was like 50 yards less. For a 6-iron, granted I had a shit drive. But still, I think this green is more of a pitch or wedge, driver wedge hole. I think I'm just gonna lay out just because. Oh god, thought that would make it to the fairway. Yeah, and this is a bit more of that sudden kind of drop off. It's kind of like it's got a little mini half Biarritz in it. Just kind of interesting. I get what you're doing. I'd say the pinnable space is a bit too low on this because of all this right here. It's a bit too tight of spots that you're asking people to hit. Let's see if I stop. Alright, good. Alright, and last hole. a ton of bunkers. Thing about this hole is it doesn't interact with the river at all, and that was the main point of this competition. So I would have liked this routed, even if it just visually, like, you hit over, but it doesn't, like, your drive hits over, but the water, but it doesn't affect it, or something. Right now, you don't even see it because you're going away from it. The bunkers, I feel like you maybe ran out of time here or something, because this hole kind of feels less thought through, and the bunkers seem very scattered. They're not, to have that many bunkers, they're not layered in a way that's interesting. They look very random and kind of messy. And then this is way too tight of a driving landing area. Way too tight. Nope, I'm gonna, okay. I didn't go through, but I piped that, so any bit, and this is way too tight. I mean, I know it's meant to be a hard, but it's already hard to reach for me. I don't have the biggest clubs, but, and then this is so bottlenecked. Yeah, again, this hole just kind of feels like you ran out of time and needed to finish something up, which may have been the case, and I understand that, but still gotta critique what's in front of me. Yeah. And then overall, the planting here could have used a bit more care, which might have been, again, the running out of time. This is a bit kind of thrown together looking. I mean, it's not a bad start, but it definitely could use a lot more underbrush. Those sunken trees you got back there, you can do that a lot more. And then especially in this middle area, and then a lot of just use of grasses and ways to make grasses and clump them and create interest. So that definitely was missing on this. It had a very Muni feel, and if that's what you were going for, you did it, but I would say this had some very creative ideas. I think it needed a lot more play testing for them to work. I applaud the creativity, though. I'm not one that's going to say, you know, don't try new things, and when you try new things, they don't always work, but yeah, you just really got to play test to make sure your interesting ideas are ones that are playable and work. Let's look at the scorecard. So you had a decent little variety there. It was a little long. Could have maybe, that fifth hole could have been shortened, or probably that fourth hole too. That fourth hole could have been more like 480, and the fifth hole could have been shortened to like 420 or something to have more clubs used in the bag for this. But overall, there were some good ideas here. Just needed a little more time to get the execution down, and a little more planting and things to really kind of make it pop more. But thank you. Got some awards there. I'm so excited about all that stuff. Yeah. Thanks, Brandon, and hope that was fun, and hope to see you on Design League 4.2.